Good morning, everybody. Um, I've got something that I would like you all to do, and I am sure that you will be fully rewarded for your time. I'm going to leave the link below to a video that is on the Linda Kay Listening channel. This is a must see. The actual clip that you want to get to starts at the 31-minute 20 mark. That's 31:20. However, you're best to get all of the lead in to that, which starts at the 28-minute mark. So go to this video that I've linked below, okay? And I'll explain a little bit about it just quickly now, and then go and watch it. And honestly, you will not be disappointed. Obviously, when we were a lot of supporters at the rally in Manitowoc, some of us shared accommodation in a big house, which we called the Rally House. And basically, everybody there is one big family. Linda is very much part of that big family of supporters. She came along with her friend Wanda, who was an absolute laugh as well. The pair of them are absolute brilliant supporters, as every one of the supporters that I've ever met are. As I say, it's like one big family. I often refer to the dude as my wee brother. Linda, I hope you don't mind if I refer to you as the big sister, because that's what it feels like. As I say, one big happy family. Okay, when back in December of last year, I went to Amsterdam and saw Jerry Buting and David Rudolph, and had an absolutely brilliant time. Unfortunately, didn't get the chance to meet Georgina, but it was still a very, very enjoyable experience. One or two beers, and they've got some very nice beers in Amsterdam, and a few cafes with interesting stuff for sale, which doesn't actually interest me, but it does interest some people. So anyway, Amsterdam, as I say, it was Jerry Buting and David Rudolph. Jerry Buting was there, obviously promoting his book. I think just like everybody there that came along to the presentation ended up buying one of Jerry's books and getting it personally signed. Me being from Scotland, I bought my own copy, which he signed for me. However, it did mean that I had plenty of time to chat with David Rudolph. And if you ever get the chance to have a chat with David, it's really, really good. I would definitely recommend a wee chat with David, or any chance to listen to him. Then, less than a month later, Steve Drizzen and Laura came to Edinburgh, so I got to see them. And once again, the obligatory photograph with my Control Question t-shirt. And then, of course, in March, well, Mark had invited us about six to 8 weeks previously. As you're probably well aware, in March, at the invite of Mark, myself, the dude, and Stacey went to Australia to see Steve Drizzen, Laura Nyrider, and David Rudolph again, both in Sydney and in Melbourne. And you might think, well, you're not just getting the same stuff over and over and over again. No. All the presentations are slightly different. The one in Sydney was their first one of the tour. It was a little bit short. I would imagine that they would have been completely jet lagged. And so the one at the end, whilst it was very good, was far superseded by the one in Melbourne. And it was during the presentation in Melbourne that David Rudolph gave a presentation. Now, he always gives this presentation about the owl theory, but this was the first time that I'd seen this presentation from David Rudolph, and it concerns junk science. And of course, isn't that one of the big issues with Steve and Brendan's case, the junk science that's been used against them, the DNA on the hood latch, the DNA on the bullet, the DNA on the key, it's all junk. Even Ken Kravitz himself has admitted in closing arguments that, you know, even if the bullet was planted and the key was planted, can you set that aside? It's all an embarrassment to them, and so it should be, because when you've got junk science, you've got junk experts, and this is really what this clip is about. We all remember, of course, the legendary Duane Deaver from The Staircase, but this clip concerns another fella who was also involved in the case against Michael Peterson, but you don't actually get to see him. And I actually got in touch with David Rudolph and said, you know, what was the name of that fella that you had us in hysterics about? And immediately he fired back, Sami Shabani. And I said, well, did it ever get aired? He said, no, it was never aired on the actual Staircase program. I think he uses it as a clip to really entertain as well as to educate. So the clip that you go to in Linda Kay listening channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. The clip is the first 34 minutes worth of David Rudolph talking, and at the end he shares this bit of video. Anyway, that's all I've got time for today. Catch you again soon. Bye for now.